The Truth and the Lie, the Legend of the Well. Once upon a time, Truth walked the world with great confidence and serenity. Her figure was splendid, luminous, imposing, and anyone who met her could not help but recognize her strength and majesty. After all, the Truth was not afraid to show itself for what it was, pure and authentic. One hot summer day, however, fate wanted the Truth to cross paths with another entity that, like her, was walking along the same deserted road. This latter was known as Lie, a being with an elusive, furtive appearance. But her gaze was so fascinating, almost magnetic, capable of enchanting anyone who stopped to look at her. And Truth, although feeling a certain distrust, could not help but be attracted by his enigmatic presence. The Lie, smiling mischievously, approached the Truth and in a carefree tone said, "Beautiful day today. Don't you think?" Truth looked up, and at the sight of such a blue sky and such a bright sun, she couldn't help but nod, "Yes. You're right, it's a truly magnificent day." The Lie had picked up on the slight hesitation that the Truth had towards him. So taking advantage of that scorching heat, she said, "You know, I know an old well with really cool, clear water, hidden in the clearing not far from here. You look pretty tired and thirsty. Follow me, if you want, I'm headed right there. I'll gladly show you the way." Truth hesitated for a moment, but the proposal was so tempting that she finally decided to let her guide her, and the two set off together, enjoying the scenery. Once they reached the well, they finally quenched their thirst. Lie with a mischievous smile then exclaimed, "This water is really beautiful. With this heat it would really be a shame not to take advantage of it. What do you say? Do you want to take a bath together?" Truth, a little perplexed, couldn't help but notice how inviting that water was. So, she thought it wasn't such a bad idea after all. So she agreed. The two undressed and immersed themselves in the cool, crystal clear water. But it was just when the Truth had begun to relax, and everything seemed calm, that the time had come for the Lie to reveal its true nature. Taking advantage of her moment of distraction, in fact, the Lie suddenly emerged from the water and with a lightning-fast gesture, took possession of the clothes of the Truth, quickly put them on and with a mocking smile ran away. As soon as the Truth realized that she was alone, she immediately rose from the water in disbelief. Looking around, she saw that her clothes were gone, and categorically refusing the idea of wearing those of the Lie, furious with her heart in turmoil, she began to run in search of her, more determined than ever to recover what had been stolen from her. But when the Truth came out into the world, completely naked, the reaction of the people was anything but what was expected. Instead of recognizing her beauty and strength, people began to look at her with contempt. Some criticized her, others looked away and turned away, unable to face the Truth in its purest form, without masks and without veils. Heartbroken, humiliated and shocked, Truth took refuge in the well. The water that had once offered her relief had become her only refuge. From that day on, no one saw her again. She disappeared into the dark waters of the well, as if she had vanished into thin air. And so it was that while the Truth, fragile and vulnerable, was rejected by society, the Lie wandered the world, dressed in its stolen clothes. Wherever it was celebrated, admired and accepted. With its false smile and its deception, it managed to satisfy every desire and adapt to every need. And the people followed her, unable to see the falsehood that masked her. parable invites us to reflect on our relationship with reality and with ourselves. The truth, when it is naked and uncontaminated, is often difficult to accept. It puts us in front of things for what they are, without filters. It can be uncomfortable, painful, and not everyone is ready to confront it. This is why the lie is much more considered. It gives us an illusion of security, of comfort, even if deep down we know that it deceives us. In the world we live in, we often find ourselves preferring lies that provide a reassuring view of reality, rather than facing the truth, which can seem harsh, implacable, and frightening. The truth is in the well, hidden, not by choice, but because the world prefers not to see it. It is easier to remain in the illusion of security that lies offer, rather than welcome reality with all its harshness. Truth is not something we can simply see with a superficial glance or through our pre-existing beliefs. Truth is deep, complex, and requires an inner journey to understand. The well symbolizes the depth of our experience and awareness. Sometimes the truth hides behind layers of illusions, but we cannot stop in the face of difficulty. Only by facing the darkness and the mystery, by descending into the deepest recesses of ourselves, can we find a clearer, more authentic, and more liberating vision. The truth is not always easy to accept, but it is essential that we seek it, even when it seems elusive. When we find it, it purifies and illuminates, but not in a superficial way. It changes us, transforms us, and allows us to live a more authentic and conscious life. How many times are we ready to believe lies to make us feel better, rather than face the truth, which could free us? And are you ready to confront the truth, even when it makes you uncomfortable, or do you prefer to remain in the illusion that comforts you? If this story has involved you and made you think, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you.